So the issue that we're going to look at is a lot of the women I work with are unhappy. So I'm going to have a look at unhappiness just in general, and just have a look at what UI, universal intelligence, has to say about unhappiness. So the truth about unhappiness. So give me a sec, I'm just going to tune in. So so let's just ask you, what's the truth about unhappiness? Yeah, so again, the same message is coming through, and it's really coming from a space of fear. And it's really being kind of coming from the mind, like believing the thoughts in the mind, believing the beliefs. And what I'm being shown is like the mind, like this box, being inside the mind. So we're limitless, we're vast, our energy's vast, our power's vast, and there's this box. And as soon as we become identified with the mind, become identified with the beliefs, it's like we create this self-imposed prison, a mental prison of the mind. Imagine it's a box, the mind is a box, and when we identify with the beliefs, we go in that box. And so our experience becomes limited. We feel like we're trapped in certain situations. If you're in this situation, you may feel like you're trapped in your career, like in a job that you don't like. You may be in a situation that you feel you're trapped in with people that you don't like. Again, it's this feeling like you're trapped and you're unhappy in a situation where you're unhappy, and you hate that situation, you don't like it. And really what is being shown is that the unhappiness isn't in the people or the situation. It's actually coming from a deeper place inside us, inside whoever is feeling that unhappiness. And it's at the subconscious level. It's like this space of beliefs about self-hate really coming through, like the belief, I hate myself, I hate life. It's like this hate, and that may sound extreme, but it actually is. The belief goes in when we're children, like it's like programmed and conditioned in. When we feel like, as children, we feel trapped or helpless in situations, powerless to change it, because if our boundaries were violated, or we were in situations where we didn't want to be in, but then someone did something to hurt us maybe, and we still had to keep returning to that same situation. So in the end, we may have come to conclusions like, well, I'm powerless to change this. It's not going to change. I'm stuck here. I'm trapped. And what happened is those emotions became trapped in our bodies. And then those beliefs have gone in the subconscious mind. And what happens is they go to the back of our minds, but they continue to flare up for our lives. They continue to create situations in our lives that reaffirm those beliefs, like I hate myself, I hate this job, I hate life sucks, life's unfair, and that whole consciousness around self-hate. And so the way out of this is to take back your power, to realize that that's what's going on at the subconscious level, and to clear those subconscious limiting beliefs, and to reclaim your power, take back your power, take back full responsibility in creating the rest of your life, because the future doesn't equal the past. So the future doesn't have to be like how you've experienced your life up until this point. So in this moment, you can become aware of those beliefs, and you can either clear them or you can start to challenge them, question your beliefs. And if you are connected with your higher self, ask for the truth, or question them, see where they came from, retrace them back to their root. What situation created this? Where did I form this belief? And then just see if it's serving you now in your life, and if it's not, you don't have to keep it. Like, send your brain on a quest, look for evidence to the contrary. So what will happen is that our beliefs, situations like to confirm our beliefs, so it stays in place and continues to be in fire, like keep coming up and then creating the same situations to keep reaffirming itself. So what it may do is show you experiences where that belief was confirmed, like, oh, I hate my life. Well, I hate this job, that I'm in. I hate myself. I'm so unhappy, in life. And it might show you experiences where you were in jobs that you were unhappy before or whatever. It might bring up experiences. So what you have to do is kind of retrain your brain, retrain your mind to look for experiences that contradict that. Start to clear that. Start to find experiences that show the opposite. Or so say that belief is I hate myself. Now we're realizing that it no longer serves us. Maybe at one point it helped to protect us in some way. Maybe it helped us cope with situations in our life where we couldn't change it. As children, we felt like we couldn't change it. We had to stay with the people, our caregivers, who gave us food, who gave us shelter, even though at the same time there was hurt and stuff. So what you have to do now is you no longer have to hold on to that belief system. You no longer have to hold on to those beliefs, and you can choose a new belief. So you're going to choose a more empowered belief. So the belief that's coming up that can replace that is I love myself. And to start saying that, it may sound foreign, it doesn't feel like it fits, right? Because you're so used to having that belief come up, I hate myself, and being unhappy and having that identity and everything associated with that, the thoughts, the feelings, everything, just this cycle. So what you have to start to do now is retrain your mind, retrain your brain. And in particular, because this is such a, let's say, it's like a deep belief, let's say, I wouldn't say strong, but because it's from childhood and maybe it's had experiences that confirm it, now you have to retrain it with a different belief and then find experiences that confirm that new belief, and start to say that, affirm that. So it's an affirmation, affirm that belief until it becomes your reality. Because the truth is, it is already a reality. I love myself. It's just now you're opening to see it. See those places where you do love yourself and bring in more self-love. So you start to say, I love myself, and it might not feel real. And perhaps you do it in front of the mirror, so you look at yourself, I love myself. Or maybe you just do it sitting here, I love myself. I love myself. And sometimes you remember, I love myself. I love myself. I love myself. I love myself. Then send your brain on a scavenger hunt. The brain likes to look for things, right? Then send your brain on a scavenger hunt to look for the places or the experiences where you have loved yourself before, and connecting with that feeling. So for me, if I look at places where I love myself, there are times where I'm just sitting and I'm being and I'm just appreciating myself. So to meditating or something, I'm just sitting there and I'm just appreciating myself, and I love myself, and just connecting with that now. I'm feeling those feelings. Yeah, I love myself. Or perhaps there's a quality that you love about yourself. So I could say for me, for example, I'm caring. I'm caring. I'm a kind person, a kind being. I've got a beautiful heart. I love myself. I love myself. I love the love that I have as well for babies, for children. I love that beautiful, nurturing energy. I love myself. And just keep finding these things that you love about, I love my smile. I love myself. I love my eyes. I love myself. And just keep finding these things that you love about yourself, and just keep telling yourself that until you literally rewire your mind, retrain your brain to look for those experiences and to create and to have that become a belief, your new belief, new pattern that creates that new reality. So you actually start to feel love for yourself, and you start to love and respect yourself. And that hate can start to dissipate. And as well, what comes up with the hate, I'm talking, is really about gratitude, and quite a few things just came through just then, but yeah, gratitude can start to shift that as well. Looking for little things that you're grateful for, looking for the small things and just writing them all down in the book. Something came up about self-hate. It's like a reason that we start to hate ourselves is it's like a split has been created inside of us from who we truly are to who we're projecting ourselves to be. So it's like we are our true self, and then perhaps we may have this belief of trying to please others, and so we project what we think others want to see, of who we think others want to see us as. We become that, we project that full self, while our true self, so we project a full self forward, but our true self is hidden. We shut our true self off. We rejected that, abandoned ourselves. And what starts to happen, whether that true self is loud, is outgoing, is fearless, isn't afraid, is bold, shouts, is kind of wild, is free. Maybe she could be quiet, she could be, outspoken, whatever it is, or particular, or whatever it is about you, that is you and uniquely you. And over the years and throughout your life, others may have pulled back from that part of you and withdrawn because they weren't able to handle that part of themselves. It's like you shone your light, you were shining bright, you gave them an opportunity to shine their own light, but because they couldn't see their own light, they couldn't see yours, and so they pushed away from you, but really they were pushing away from their own light. And so it really had nothing to do with you. They were kind of rejecting themselves, but in that you thought they were rejecting you, and so you hid that part of yourself, thinking that you had to hide it, thinking you had to reject it. And then that's the split that occurs in our lives. And that's why we find ourselves at war within ourselves, in conflict, because we have hidden our truth. We've hidden it from ourselves, we've hidden it from the world. And that's why we start to hate ourselves on a subconscious level. And so this self-hate, it appears, when you hear it, like to be extreme, but when you look a bit deeper, you can understand how it can occur with repression, with suppression of emotions and unexpressed emotions, repressed emotions, things we don't say, but things are on our minds, but we don't want to upset anyone, or we don't want to be rude or offend anyone. So we end up choking ourselves, we end up swallowing those words, but they kind of get buried in our bodies, they get buried in our subconscious minds, and they turn to beliefs, and we start to hate ourselves, right? So you can see how that has started to build up throughout our lives. And so really it's about rewiring our brain, finding those experiences, healing them, and creating new beliefs to create a new reality, because you don't need to continue that pattern now that you've seen it. You can now create a new pattern in your life, a new reality, a new experience, just by retraining, reconditioning your mind. Let's see if there's anything else there. Yeah, there's more about self-hate, and it's all to do with that the mind hates itself naturally, like it's unhappy. And again, that's all to do with the mental prison of the mind. So really stepping out of that into your freedom, into your limitless self, and experiencing the possibilities that you can have in your experience. That all possibilities exist right now. Yeah, and just tapping into that field. Hate feels so strong, doesn't it? Like, but even that, it wants to return to love. It's seeking love. And it's just a form of protection and fear. Protecting you really from, I guess, feeling like, there's a lot of different beliefs there, but feeling like it's this powerlessness, like you can't change it. So you feel it's just protecting you from that heartache of despair, you know, feeling like you're stuck in a situation. Yeah, protecting you from that. So in a way, it's like you say thank you to it. You say thanks to it. Because it's protecting you from those deeper emotions. So it's kind of like the positive and the negative aspects are all helping us to grow in some way, you know. Even what we term negative, like self-hate, it all has its purpose and role to help us. And those kind of emotions and beliefs that come from fear, it really is trying to protect us, you know. It's just, that's what we did, that's what we used to cope as children. And now we're adults, and we no longer need we no longer need them, so we can fulfill our potential. So it's kind of like saying thanks and letting them go, and choosing new, empowering beliefs to create the experience that you actually want to live. Cool. I hope that's helped. Sending lots of love, and if you have any questions, just comment below this video and I'll do my best to get back to you. Sending lots of love. Bye.